All right, Street Cyber, we are recording. Great to have you on the show. Thank you for
Yes.
coming on.
Hi. Thank you, Daniel.
Right,
It's
Lauren.
great to be on the show.
Lauren is thank you. Lauren is going to ask you the first question, and you came
All
prepared.
right.
Yeah. What does art mean to you?
For me personally, it means to raise my voice and to make my thoughts and emotions visible to the public.
Amazing. Yeah. I see the art here and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. So for those of you watching on YouTube, Cyber has got some of his gallery, some of his work up, and just scrolling through. So if you do want to switch over to YouTube, or actually, hopefully the Fountain app now has video enabled, and you'll be able to see more of the artwork there as well. But I've seen these stickers at the Cypher Monk House in Bloomsbury. I've seen them all over as well, and I did purchase. Thank you for the stickers you sent. So this is a packet of the stickers that you sent over of your artwork. Here is the book I purchased, The Art of Revolution, and I've got number 71 out of 100. And you sent that out on block 859763, 859, 763. It's still in the packaging, Cyber. I'm not
Nice.
opening it. I've decided after I even tweeted, I did tweet, should
Yes,
I
I
open
did
it?
see.
Did you see? Uh,
Yes.
I've and then I had a chat with Asanoa, who's now started the Bitcoin Art magazine, and he saw my tweet and he said, "Don't open that, man. Like, what are you thinking?" I
Sure.
was already leaning that way, so it is completely still in its wrapping.
Cool.
That's how it's going to stay, and that goes with the rest of my Bitcoin memorabilia, and there are even stickers in there as well.
I was gonna say I know you opened the sticker packet earlier.
Yeah, Lauren came in and she saw the sticker packet and she was just about to tear it open. No, I want to keep those sealed as well.
Yeah.
Not as special because it's not the book, but still, it's
Sure.
something very very unique.
Thank
So
you.
why then, Lauren? Do you think? I mean, I did explain it to you earlier. Why would you have opened the book and
No, I wouldn't have opened the book. I would have opened the stickers,
you'd have opened the
but
sticks? But right,
yeah.
okay, but why would you not have opened the book then?
Because it's only 71 out of 100, so it's scarce. So that means in the future it would be uh more valued.
Yeah, yeah, it will become more. Well, there'll be more Bitcoiners,
Mm.
so that means there'll be more people, more demand, more interest, and yeah, you're right. There's only 100 copies, and we got number 71. How many left, Cyber?
I think for right now, number 72 and number 73 have been also sold.
Mm-hmm.
So just a few more left that are signed and numbered. So it's definitely a collector's item, and all the works that are inside the book, you can also see them in my online gallery and also on my social media.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a secret what's inside, but yeah, it was intended to be more like a collector's item, something that you hodl.
Yes. Well, and how much are you charging for the book? So those listening that are interested and might want to hurry up and get themselves a copy, get to the
Right, the book
website.
is at 60 euro, and it's signed and numbered, and it has a block time on it, and it's called the Art of Revolution because it's part of my first art exhibition that had that was also called the Art of Revolution, which I showed the picture earlier.
So where was that exhibition? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it was at the Art Vistas Gallery in Barcelona. It's a very famous painter was born in the very same building. Juan Miro is the name. He's on one level with Picasso, but not so famous worldwide, but very famous in Spain because they're from the same time. So it was a really great honor for me to be able to do my first exhibition inside this art gallery. And you can see here a picture. Were more than 300 pieces exhibited for over a month. I think 5 weeks of the exhibition, and many people from just walking by and interested in art just walked in and could learn something about our financial system and about Bitcoin.
That's awesome. So just to clarify, like I think a lot of Bitcoiners they're used to now seeing, and it depends on the conference, but if you go to a conference, there might be a small art section, or in some cases, it could be a great big art section. It's always great fun to go and walk around and look at the different pieces of art. But yours was in a normie museum, very, very famous, ran for 5 weeks, and it was all about Bitcoin and the state of the monetary system, and trying to get people to think differently about it. So, what kind of feedback did you get from the curators of who even approached you to do that in the first place, or did you approach them?
I did approach them. I approached the gallerist, and she was interested. And even like 6-7 years ago, she told me she tried to accept Bitcoin as payment for her art online, which she already does now. I helped her set up everything so you can buy all the different artworks from all different artists and pay with Bitcoin in this art gallery. And she was interested, but she told me nobody actually ever paid her in Bitcoin back then. And first, she didn't really. She told me the gallery is full, they have no space. But after a little talk, she was really interested and allowed me to bring a couple artworks. And they sold very quickly. So I approached her to do this art exhibition, and yeah, this how it led from one point to another. And what she told me, what she was very surprised of when she started offering my art in her gallery, different people started showing up. So people in suits, more like from the financial world, people started coming in, something that didn't happen before in this art gallery. And during the opening of this art exhibition, there were a lot of artists attending from other galleries because they were really curious. They asked me questions. Some were confused. They didn't know if these artworks are pro Bitcoin or against Bitcoin. So they asked me about it. And the whole point is to raise questions. I don't want an artwork to be obvious, like very obvious from the first sight, because I want people to ask questions. Because artwork, it doesn't start an argument; it starts a question, and this is a good entry point for complex topics like money.
So let's scroll through a few, and then Lauren, when you see one that catches your eye, we can talk about it.
I was gonna say the balloon one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just stop there. Go up again. On the left, it's the Banksy girl, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh. So, where have you seen that painting before? Just online or
Just online, everywhere. Some Bitcoin t-shirts too.
Yeah. So very famous picture. Can you give us the history of that picture, and then what the inspiration you took and how you changed it?
Yes, the original artwork is by Banksy. I'm not sure of the name. It's this wind girl or windy girl. And there are different also iterations, one with the life-saving ring on a boat and one with the balloon. And I created my own iteration. This is just some spot on the street that I really like because of all those tags on the back, and it gives like this chaotic atmosphere. And with the girl and the balloon inside my eyes, it's shows some more clarity. And how would you, Laura, interpret? What do you think? What is the meaning of this piece?
It could, I don't know, it could be Bitcoin is just out of reach for her, or it could be
Yes, maybe she's missing an opportunity.
Yeah.
Do you have other thoughts?
I don't know, like someone's stealing it, like the wind is stealing it, but it could be like, I don't know.
Yeah, there is no wrong answer. That's the point. Every person can look at it and can have another feeling about it, and there's nothing like right or wrong about your interpretation because it's a something personal, a personal connection that each person makes from it's called Bitcoin is freedom. So maybe she lets the balloon free and it goes with the wind and it's like a free financial system. This is another side how you could interpret it. But like I said, there's not really a right or wrong way to see this.
So whilst you guys have been chatting, I've got a little bit of background on the actual original piece. It's called Girl with Balloon. And Girl with Balloon is a series of stencil murals around London by the graffiti artist Banksy, started in 2002. They depict a young girl with her hand extended toward a red heart-shaped balloon carried away by the wind. Okay, so there were several iterations of this. None of them apparently still stand. But do you remember, Lauren? You might never have seen this. In 2018, a framed copy of the work shredded. Yes, a framed copy of the work was shredded after being sold at auction by way of a mechanical device Banksy had hidden inside the frame. Banksy confirmed that he was responsible for the shredding and gave the altered piece a new name. Love is in the bin. Sotheby's said it was the first work in history ever created during a live auction. So because
it was sold for even more.
Well, yeah, because it became a new piece of art. As soon as it was shredded, it was something else. And yeah.
Right, and it also got stuck in the middle. So it only shredded to the half. So half of it is still in the frame, and the other half is like dangling down there, which is shredded because it got stuck in the middle of the shredding.
I wonder where or how much that is now.
It's 2.8 million.
Wow. Like this book will be one day.
Oh, you mean the shredded one?
The shredded one.
Oh, yeah.
Banks explains why and how the anonymous street artist half shredded. So 2021, there it is, half shredded, right? So you still got the balloon in the. So in 2021, it was sold for 1.1 million. It's now being sold for a record 16 million, despite only being expected to fetch close to 6. Girl with balloon. So yeah, wow. Unbelievable. And you changed it into a piece of Bitcoin art. Love it.
Yes, Banksy was my first inspiration. That's how I started. I took his pieces and changed them to have a message about Bitcoin. And from there on, I started creating my own pieces. And now it's the first series they created was purely based on the works from Banksy, and now they're my own. So and this is something that I think is intended by the artist Banksy, and there are many hundreds, maybe even thousands of artists that do it exactly the same. They use the really simple designs by Banksy to get a starting point, and from there on they work towards their own characteristic style. And it's in this stencil, monochromatic, high contrast, black and white style, but every artist is a little bit different. So when you look at different artists that do the stencil style, you start seeing all the differences between them.
What's the I think one of my favorite ones is it the guy throwing a Molotov cocktail or something? But changed in
Yes.
where's that one?
Show you. It's up here. There it is.
Yeah, Bitcoin is that one. So instead of the Molotov cocktail, you go. It looks like Bitcoin sunflowers or Bitcoin. There's a bunch of
Yeah,
flowers with Bitcoin. That's what it says to me anyway. Like the guy's holding a bunch of flowers, which is obviously an offering of peace or love, rather than the Molotov cocktail, which was designed to hurt.
right. Also, if you on the gallery and you click on the information button, you get some info here. So it's like you said, it's more neutral with the flowers than with the Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, it's very cool. Iconic piece of artwork. So, Lauren, any further questions whilst we're looking at the artwork?
Yeah, what is do you have a favorite piece of art that you've made yourself, or are they all kind of like your favorite?
Yeah, it's a good question. I like all of them because it's for me it's about the message they portray. I always want to give the viewer some feeling of empowerment and reach some emotion. And for me, it's always about the next artwork that I will put on the street. So my favorite artwork is always the one that I will do next.
So you think up the piece of art, you design it, and then what? How do you get it onto the street? Are you going out at like 2 a.m. in the morning with a mop and paste and and getting it out? And do you have a specific target? Is everywhere something different? How does that thought process go for you?
So I do this during the day. I like to hide in the light, and uh, so I did it in many capitals like Paris, London, and Berlin, and many other cities. In this picture is from New York, and because it's not permanent installation, because I pay it first. I design the I get an idea, then I design the image on my computer, then I paint it on paper with acrylic paint, and then I cut it out. And either I already scouted the place before, so I saw some place and so I thought, oh, okay, I want to put an artwork here, or I do it more spontaneously. I just take them with me, go outside and look for places that fit. Always try to put it somewhere where it seems to fit in. For example, um, let's say usually I like this one. I choose high traffic areas, or I choose areas where it's more on topic, like here, for example, on the library, and which I after putting this artwork there, and after like 2 weeks, I came back to see it, and the graffiti on the side, it was removed, but they left the artwork, my artwork.
Really? Uh-huh.
Yes,
So, and that could have easily
they
been
liked
taken
it.
down if it's just. But how do you stick it there? Because it's just
I
paper.
put it wallpaper glue
Yeah.
for Windley wallpaper, so it sticks there very well. Some pieces they stay for many years, 2, 3, 4 years, especially if I put them higher up, where like someone who's passing by cannot just rip it off. Then they can stay there also for more than 10 years. And sometimes something like this happens where the building every building has someone who takes care of it, and sometimes they see an artwork and they say, okay, we like it, we just leave it there because it's on topic. And this happened with this library. They just left the artwork, my
So
artwork, but they removed the graffiti on the right side.
So they got rid of graffiti and left that. So the paperwork is it kind of a special paper that is like water resistant?
No, it's regular paper.
Huh.
The color, the paint, it's water resistant once it's dry.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when an artwork is like there for a year and it was raining a lot, then a corner can start coming off. But it's part of the process. So the artwork, it never stays the same. Once you put it on the street, it starts living its own life. Someone comes by, paints over the Bitcoin, you know, someone painted like the black color over the Bitcoin, but it's still shining through. So he changed it. Someone ripped off a little bit of the shoulder. Someone else is drawing something next to it, you know. So there's always something happening and it's never the same. Every time I come visit an artwork, it always looks different. And this is part of the community life. Everyone has something to say and everyone has the right to do it.
Wow. So would that be just one piece that do you have a lot of those over in different cities, or when you put one up, it's just one piece, it's unique?
When I started, I did a lot of the same pieces. For example, the soldiers. I did, I think, almost in every major city. In Paris, this is in Paris, and Forum de House, it's like in the city center. I put the soldiers on the Berlin Wall, which I did at night. It was the only thing that I really did at night, because I covered like the most famous artwork on the Berlin Wall. And I also got stopped by security.
What did they say?
I was putting on the glue, and then there were like 2 or 3 security people there, and they asked me what I'm doing. And because I'm from Berlin, so I speak the same dialect, so I could just explain them, I'm an artist, I just do my job. And they were like, okay. But I think it was because I speak German, and so they believed me.
Right.
And then I could put it there. I'm looking for it. It was a couple of years ago.
Do you know
This
if it's still
one,
there?
no, it was removed really quick because it wasn't vandalism because it's removable, but I covered like the most famous, the Kiss, this artwork, and they couldn't leave it there. It was not possible. But for me, it's about the moment. It's about the moment. Street art is not about if it's there for a minute or if it's there for 10 years. It's the moment that counts, and it's everything that we have. And once I put the artwork on the street, it doesn't belong to me anymore, and I don't know what's going to happen with it. But while I put it on, it's the only thing that counts for me. There it is. There, this one, and it's a really big one. It's, I think, like 2 meter, no, not 2 meters, but 1 meter 80 height, this poster. And I was putting it on and it was really windy and I had some trouble putting it on. And a pair, a guy and a girl, they were walking by and they asked me, do you need help? I was like, yeah, sure. And they helped me put it on. So that day I was really lucky that I wasn't stopped and someone came by to help me put it on.
And what's it covering?
It's it's called the Kiss. It's from the DDR when the Russian and the Chinese president were kissing. It's something in the Soviet. A kiss between men was like some showing that solidarity. Like yes, it's the most famous artwork on the Berlin Wall.
Cool, man. Very, very cool. So if anybody's, this is a very visual one. So if you're listening to the podcast, get over to YouTube and just watch it, because Cybe's just scrolling through the artwork here. It's very, very cool. So were you always an artist? Is this what you've been, before you found Bitcoin, were you in art? Is that what you've grown up doing?
I was always interested in art, but I never really had use for it. So when I was growing up, I went to art and history class privately. I was 10, 11 years. Then in high school, art was my major topic. And after this, I study business, and I had my own business 2014. And then I was about 20 something, 22, maybe 23. And of course, my dream was make a lot of money, make millions, put them on the bank, and live off the percentage that it grows, just have a comfortable life. But once I started making money and earning money, I learned that it won't work this way. So I have to figure out something else, that it's a game that I cannot win if I play it that way with the fiat system. And that made me very upset, because my dream just shattered. And I was looking for something else, and I found Bitcoin, and I started learning about Bitcoin. And really quickly, 2015, I realized that it's the only way for me to achieve my goal of financial freedom. So I sold everything and put all on Bitcoin. And then I went the altcoin route 2018, when there was this big up market, and I made a really big amount of money, almost my dream amount, or actually it was my dream amount. But once I had this amount, then I had to realize what do I do next, and then the real learning process began. The downward spiral of the market, the bear market. So I learned that I just got lucky, and it was not my skill that made me that much money. And then I started learning more and more about Bitcoin, because more information popped up over the years. And after around 6 years daily study, I understood that Bitcoin only, and I turned away from all the altcoins for good. And then in 2021, I moved to Barcelona. And Barcelona is full of street art and graffiti. And this is also a reason why I can create so freely during the day, because it's very accepted. Until now, I never had negative experience with people that saw me doing this. Only positive experience. People are curious, they ask questions, and they start taking pictures. So always positive here in Barcelona. And the city inspired me to do street art. And of course, I wanted to put all my knowledge that I learned about Bitcoin. I did system administration classes on Linux to understand Bitcoin. I did cybersecurity classes by IBM to understand it. Then I started learning about Lightning. And all this knowledge I want to share, and I try to give classes, private classes, but it's really, really complex and really boring if you explain it like technical. So I started doing the artworks, and instead of explaining someone how Bitcoin's technology makes it borderless, I can show them this artwork, and they ask me, what does it mean? And they're already interested. And then I just start telling them, and because they're initially interested, they're also interested to hear the answer.
So how then, like 2015, you said, yeah, was when you first started kind of digging around trying to find Bitcoin. It wasn't
Yes, end of
easy.
2000.
Yeah, it wasn't easy to find stuff back in those days.
No, it wasn't easy at all because there was almost nothing, and if there was something, it was very, very technical. I'm not a technical person. Also, over the last 10 years, I learned a lot of technical skills just to understand this technology better. But yeah, there was almost nothing. So I was looking for the next better Bitcoin, where there's more to understand what it actually is during that time. But over the years, of course, there's so much now that I don't really have to explain anything. I just can make artwork like this, and someone who's curious can Google it. What does it mean? And he will get the answer. She will get the answer. Especially with Chat GPT and AI, it interprets the artworks very, very good.
So what's now your main focus? So you've got a project in mind. Have you got another exhibition coming up?
Yes, I have one exhibition scheduled for October 16 here in Barcelona. It's going to be at the European Blockchain Conference, where I am invited as artist for the third time. This year, it will be the biggest exhibition I did. It will be an 8-meter long wall where I will present two new series. One, the Green Bitcoin series, and the contrary, the Bankroll series. So on one side, I showcase how Bitcoin improves our environment, and on the other side, I show how our banking system is destroying not only the economic environment but also uh, our earth. For example, this one is called the Greenwashed Banker. It's part of the Bankroll series, and it's a visual presentation how the banks on media they talk about being green and fighting for the environment, but in reality they fund the very companies that are destroying our environment.
Mm-hmm.
For the green project, I haven't uploaded any artworks yet, but this week I will upload the first one once it's on the street. It's already painted. I finished it yesterday, and the coming days I will put it on the street and then I will upload it. It's called Bioenergy. It's based on the research Daniel Bitten is sharing, how Bitcoin mining can make refineries profitable, and how it can mitigate CO2 gas. So I use really easy to understand and iconic pop art figures to raise attention on the street. So the people, they maybe see this artwork and they won't really understand what it's about. They see it's Spider-Man, they see safety web, so it's something related to Spider-Man. They see the Bitcoin symbol, but it takes time. It takes time until they will understand it. For me, once I sold my business and started learning about Bitcoin, blockchain, Lightning, and all this on daily basis, what I do until now, it took me 6 years until I could understand the very basis of what this technology is. So I don't expect anyone to make it click from today or to tomorrow. It takes time.
Yeah, certainly does. And the cool thing about like this artwork, this style of artwork, and the stickers that you give out is very approachable for anyone of any age. Like young kids are gonna certainly is gonna grasp their attention.
Yes, this is for me very important because I want to inspire the coming generation, the generation that is born into Bitcoin, and that for them digital cash won't be something out of planet Earth. For today, if you tell someone about digital cash, for them it's like a sci-fi movie. Even if most people two-factor authentication, for them it's like they're in a James Bond movie, and this is something that the new generation is growing up with. This is normal for them, and for them it will be much more easier, especially when I put it pieces on near high schools or near schools where I know children are walking by. I know maybe it will take 10 years, maybe 15 years, but once they reach the certain age, Bitcoin will feel much more kind to them. They will have a relation to it because they maybe saw it many years while walking to school or working to study. So this is my goal, just to plant the seed and to let the person go the path organically, not force anyone anywhere.
And are you able to fund yourself through the artwork? Obviously, you're doing the exhibitions. Do they sell individual pieces? Is this how you can keep yourself going and into the future, 10 years down the line? What do you think it's going to look like?
Yeah, so I'm completely self-funded. Of course, my early work on Bitcoin and investing in Bitcoin gives me the cushion. My artist career is only 3 years old, and for me personally, I'm really proud that I already had my first solo exhibition, because for in the classic art world, many artists have to work for over 10 years until they get granted a solo exhibition. So it was a really big success for me. And at the moment, I put in more than I get out. But as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, for me, it's normal. I know that it won't work from today on tomorrow, and that to build something real takes time. So, and thanks to Bitcoin, I am on the long term time preference. So Bitcoin always reminds me that I do this not because I have to, but because I want to, because I want to share this message, and not because someone needs to know this. Because for me, Bitcoin already won. Efficiency beats brute force, and Bitcoin already won, and it's just a matter of time until the masses realize it. And I just do my little part, have fun, and share a positive message. Try to reach out to people to help them make the transition into this digital time age. And it's a little bit similar to the fall of the Roman Empire. So only almost 100 years after the Roman Empire fell, the masses were aware of it. A really long time span. The public didn't even know what happened behind the curtains because the theater kept going. And I think we are in a similar position where the legacy financial system already failed, but the signal is still being suppressed. And Bitcoin already won, and we just have to make the best of it, have a good time, share the message, enjoy the time, and it's about the moment, just like the street art.
How many pieces are you making a week, a month, a year?
I don't know. I don't count them, but the longer I do this, the better I get, the faster I get, and the more I produce, the more pieces I produce. So maybe the first year I had only like 20 or 30. The second year already had over 100 different pieces. so it accelerates. And this year I will release in the next months. I will release a new fundraiser. This is how I usually start my projects, new designs, and I think there will be around 500 different new artworks already. And before I release them to the public, I always paint them first, put them on the street, take pictures, document them, and only after this process I let people see them and use them for their own projects.
So how do you raise the money through a fundraiser? Is that on Geyser, for example?
Yes, for example, on Geyser, I work out the project like Bonanza one. It was my first series of 7 different designs. The soldiers, this one. This is the first 7. And then I just shared the news. I put them on Instagram, on Twitter. I contact my network personally, and I offer for the stickers for the same price that I buy them. Just to share, for the same price I produce them, and usually I collect around 1,200 to 1,500 euro. And then I make the production and send them out worldwide. And I get orders from all over the globe, from Africa to New Zealand and everything in between. And this is only the pieces that I ship out. And then there are even more people that print their own stickers, print their own posters, and I don't even know about it. Sometimes I just see something, some sticker, or someone sends me something, and they ask me, "Did you do this?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know who it was. It wasn't me." And some stickers popped up in the airport in Qatar. Someone told me that he saw there. So they're just popping up all over the world, and this is why I also try to keep the prices as low as possible and open source the designs, because it's about the message, spreading the message. And this is also why I stay behind my art, because it doesn't matter who I am, because it's about the message. I want the message to be in front, and I don't think that I do something that anyone else couldn't do if they would put in the time, especially with the new technology that we have available. So everyone can be an artist, everyone can put a sticker somewhere. I also do projects, community projects, like here. That was the Go Skate Day, where I put my symbol right there. And this was a collaboration with another artist. That's an interactive piece. So if you scan the QR code, it opens a filter on Instagram, and it's an augmented reality. So the artwork comes to life. The printer starts printing money. So you can also do it on screen if you have your phone now. Or the listeners, they can go to YouTube and scan the QR code. This artwork is also in the book. You can also scan it in the book if you would open it, which you don't do.
I'm not opening that book, man.
Yes. So do different collaborations with different artists. This is also from the Go Skate Day. And you see, it's a message: don't trust, verify. It's not obvious what it is about. Only if you start digging, only if you ask questions. So it's more intended to fit in, but someone who wants to know more, he can or she can learn more about what it is actually about. This was a question with another artist. So it's about the better future that we see with Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin brings us through its inflation resistance, borderless nature, privacy, and neutral character. And segregation is a really big topic. Unfortunately, financial segregation is very, very strong everywhere. I had to deal with it personally, my family also. And you wouldn't think that in the Western world we still have financial segregation, but due to political tensions, everyone can be affected. My mother was affected. So she was born in Russia, and she moved to Germany for over 35 years ago. And I was born there. All my siblings were born there, and my parents have a German nationality, German passport. And last year, she wanted to open a bank account in the Sparkasse, a German bank, and they denied her because of her place of birth. So because she was born in Russia, she is not allowed to have to open a bank account at this bank. So this is an example of 3 years ago it wouldn't be a problem. Today we have political tension, and now it's a problem. And you never know what is going to happen tomorrow. And this is some kind of certainty that Bitcoin grants us. We know that we won't be excluded. We know that it will be always open for us, for everyone.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. And I hope people listening that haven't fallen this far into the rabbit hole yet start to understand the very nature of Bitcoin and how important it is to self-custody your Bitcoin. Take a loyal title of your Bitcoin, because if you like Cybe just said, anything can happen tomorrow, and all of a sudden the rules change, and bam, you're locked out of your crypto exchange, whatever it is. Get your coins into your possession. Do that, please. Mate, this is great. This has been so cool going through all of this artwork with you. So people can just get to your obviously I'll have the link, but those listening or watching, streetcyber.art, is that the best place for them to go and see the
Yes.
Yeah.
There they can find the online gallery, they can find our do-it-yourself files they can download for free.
Right, yes, because you said you open sourced the design, so they can just download for free and get the stickers printed wherever they're at.
Right, if there you can see it here. I'm now opening the tab.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it says the revolution will be printed, and then we have all the different collections. Street Cyber, the Bitcoin Squad, the Banditos, the Bonanza 1 to 4 collection. Then we have it as poster format, and we have it also as sticker format. So you see on the sticker format, you see a light blue outline to cut it out, the stickers. So they have a form. We have the Revolution pack that you saw a lot in my gallery in 7 different languages. It was also a community project. We got people from Japan, from Poland, from Italy. They were all translating all this the 5 different designs. So we have 7 different languages. And this is a new pack. It's based on a fable, the tortoise and the hare.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, it's the hare, a rabbit, challenge the tortoise to who can run faster, and the hare, of course, accepted. And the hare represents the current financial system, the inflation, the short-term time vision, and the turtle represents Bitcoin, long-term vision, step by step, slowly but surely. So at the start, the rabbit went ahead, and it was so sure that it will win that it made the break just to enjoy the fruits, so the fast money. and the tortoise was just kept going. And once the turtle already crossed the finish line, the rabbit realized that he fell asleep and it was too late for him. So this is really close to what's happening at the moment with the financial system.
Yeah,
And you can
certainly is.
download the designs. I have one where you can have all three pictures as one design, and then you can also print each separately. And we got people in France that own Airbnbs that put the artworks in there. People in Austria that have a restaurant that put their posters there. Cinemas in USA that put their artworks there. So it's everywhere, everywhere where it can grab some attention, public attention, or also from private people.
Very cool. Well, there you go, mate. I've got one final question for you.
Yes.
If you had one last orange pill to give to somebody, who would you give it to and why?
I have to think about it. Who would it be? Let me think. Uh, it would be an artist. Maybe Banksy. Maybe
Yes.
he is already orange pilled. Who knows?
That would be so cool if, like, the next Banksy. Well, the most recent one at the time of recording, one turned up on the Royal House of Justice or the
Yes.
courts in the UK, of a magistrate beating up like a citizen.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it gets covered up and removed immediately. Like the irony of that is just so wonderful. Everybody can see what he was trying to prove, and they went ahead and helped him prove it. The clampdown of freedom of speech, and the idea that there is no real legal justice, and it's all being run by invisible hands. Yeah, very, very powerful. But if one of his next pieces just does turn up to be like there's a Bitcoin symbol on it or something, like that would just be what a message. That would be
Yeah.
such validation for what you've been doing with your work.
Yeah. Maybe we never know. I know his name, Banksy, is tied to a financial crisis that he experienced as child with his father in Bristol, where he was born. And I read a story that he went to the bank and they saw how it was shut down, and that this is where the root of his name Banksy comes from. So that it was something that moved him to start doing what he does. And there are even some artists in this artist space in the art community that are interested in Bitcoin, and they are saying they think that Banksy could be Satoshi Nakamoto. So there's something
Really?
like this also circulating in the art space in a little niche. And what I
Wow.
find also really interesting, if you look at the Genesis block, uh, where it
Yeah.
says Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks,
Yes.
you will see that in the
Oh, you got cut.